Welcome back to the Seattle Seahawks franchise. It is my pleasure to properly introduce you to our newest running back on the team, Danny Beverly. He won the job as our third running back during preseason when he displayed his explosiveness. One of the things I loved about his game was his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and then explode through like he does here in our preseason game against the Bills. It's important to point him out today because we will be without Kenneth Walker due to a toe injury, and number 31 will need to split carries with Zach Charbonnet today. We are also hit with some other big-time injuries at the linebacker positions, and that will be key in today's matchup against the Eagles. Another injury is left guard Steven Gregory, who will be out, so Malcolm McCullough will be a spot starter today. He had some reps last game against the Commanders at right tackle, so we'll see how he'll do in his first NFL start. We aren't the only ones suffering from big-time injuries. The Eagles will miss one of their most important pieces on the offensive side of the ball. While Saquon recovers from his injury, we will see third-year running back Will Shipley out of Clemson taking the starting role. And I don't think we should sleep on his impact today, especially in this offensive scheme. This team still pretty much has the same personnel like Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and guys like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, who have developed to be dominant players in this franchise. But one guy that stings the most for me is Craig Patton. He was selected in the third round 2 drafts ago. It still hurts. I really liked him as a prospect, and the Eagles snagged him before he got to us, and they are now relying on him since Dallas Goedert has moved on from this roster. This year's draft, they selected Lane Johnson's replacement when he announced his retirement last season. Curtis Montgomery out of Tennessee will be the area we want to target today if we want to put any pressure on Jalen Hurts and this beefed up offensive line. We'll be rocking our throwback jerseys here on the road, and thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe to the channel, as Jake Elliott will get our offense onto the field first. And week 2 is underway, as Brandon Ballard will take on the return duties going up the field, and the Eagles special teams will box him up, and the Seahawks offense will get it started behind the 25-yard line. Cal Bird had an impressive debut against the Commanders. He put up 214 yards and a score, but more importantly, no turnovers. They'll be backed up to start after a holding call. They'll check it down to Charbonnet for a loss, but already the young QB is hit in the backfield. We gotta find ways to give him more time to go through his progressions and be more disciplined, as he scans and hits this one to Nate McDonald to only get a few back. Here is Danny Beverly in the backfield as Charbonnet motions out. This will be a screen to the rookie, and his first touch will be for 6, but well short of the marker, so an early 3 and out to start for this offense. Matt Araiza was only called upon twice in the season opener, but he's gonna get some early work in this contest, as the returner is Mitch Garner, and he'll get a decent return for this Eagles offense. Hurts will trot onto the field, coming off a big win against the Cowboys. He threw exactly for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as getting into the end zone with his legs. He'll open this drive with a handoff, and this will be our first look at Will Shipley replacing the injured Saquon. He gets a short gain, and the tackle was made by Tyrese Knight, as Hurts connects with his Alabama teammate Devontae Smith, who crosses midfield and picks up a first down. Hurts all by himself with 3 receivers bunched up to his left. Ball comes out quickly, and there is Smith again, who is taken down by Nehemiah Pritchett for 7. Secondary has Witherspoon, Brockers, Tucker, Pritchett, and the rookie Duhan, as Hurts looking to attack through the air again and converts for a big gain. Smith with 3 straight catches in this drive, and the Eagles are in striking distance. Jalen Hurts is red hot out of the gate. He's trying to beat this man coverage, but the pocket collapses and he's taken down by Derek Hall. The rookie is a vulnerable spot at right tackle today, and this is what life could look like without Lane Johnson, and Derek Hall is well in position to have a monster day. Loss of 11 on the play as Hurts will try again through the air. Better protection, but this time he's stepping up to run. Takes a shot from Tucker, but a very healthy gain of 11 on that play. We did really well against Jaden Daniels' out-of-pocket presence last game, as Hurts finds the open man underneath, and taking this inside the 10 is Foster Moreau, who keeps this drive going. First and goal from the 7. Handoff to Shipley, and he's met, but will break the plane for a touchdown, and the Eagles take the early lead. Tyrese Knight gets completely shielded by Craig Patton, the tight end, and that was all Will Shipley needed to get across the goal line, as he has back-to-back games with touchdowns to start the season. That is the first score we've allowed this year, and the first time we'll see how Cal Bird responds being down early. He'll fake it to start. He's got a man downfield, but it's off the mark. Intended for Rick Taylor, who separated out of the slot pretty well there. And now a free play for the Seahawks. Charbonnet. Nothing there, but it's not going to make a difference. We'll be gifted with 5 yards. They come out on second down from the pistol. Eagles drop 7. No one is open, and Bird will just get rid of it. Good coverage by the Eagles, but at least this third down is a bit more manageable than the first drive. They rush 4 again. This time Bird zips it across the middle, and a very tough grab is made there by DK Metcalf. His first catch of the day, and it moves the sticks. Metcalf and Bird were able to find the end zone last game, and we'll see if they can replicate that today. Danny Beverly now checks into the game, but it's Charbonnet getting it, and he's got the first down. We're going to heavily rely on these two backs today with the absence of Kenneth Walker, as they run the same formation. This time it's going to be a pass, but the pressure came flying in, and he's lucky to get that off in time. We never want to see our QB take those types of shots, but the Eagles defense hasn't allowed much breathing room. But here's Taylor creating his own space, and it's hauled in! Sprinting for the end zone, and taken out of bounds with a late flag on the play. And it's against the Eagles for a late hit. But this is excellent separation by the rookie Taylor, and a good ball by Bird to keep him in stride. His deep ball accuracy has been impressive in the early season. As Charbonnet will carry this home, and he'll pick up his first touchdown of the season. That is how you want to respond to a Super Bowl caliber team after they just scored, and that was a remarkable drive by Seattle. And the defense will aim to bounce back after the rough first drive, and that helps there as they dial up the blitz, and Terrell Bernard is having a magnificent start to his Seahawks career. We'll see if the second quarter will bring the same amount of action, as Hurts will find his open tight end Patton, and he'll get 11 of it back. Kendrick Duhan in on the tackle, and what a debut the rookie had in his first NFL game. As Hurts has a man downfield, but he overshoots him. Pritchett got away with one there, and the Eagles will opt to punt. Familiar face kicking this one off is Michael Dixon. He left for free agency to sign with the Eagles, and he'll pin us just outside of the 20. And Seattle's offense will try to repeat their success. Danny Beverly is the running back, but it's a jet sweep to Taylor, who gets a block from Beverly and a solid start for 8. I love the physicality Beverly just brought to throw the block and spring him loose, and that's the toughness we need. He'll get rewarded here with a touch and a first down. That tells us a lot on just those 2 plays alone. Charbonnet the only man back there now, as Taylor motions again. But this time the Eagles were prepared as Bird takes another hit in the backfield. Sack is by Gardner Johnson, and we have a 3rd and forever. Bird dancing in the pocket and fires, and nearly has his first interception there. Good coverage by Cooper DeJean. Eagles take over at their own 32. Pocket collapses quickly, and he's taken down again. Derek Hall with his 2nd of the day, and he's been a problem for that right side. That is the type of pressure we invested heavily on during the offseason. Hurts trying to extend the play, and Hall gets to him again. 3 sacks all in the first half. This time they try to chip him with the tight end, but Hall kept his balance and just exploded to the point of attack, and Hurts is having a tough time back there. This is 3rd and a mile. Hurts will air it out and knocked away. Nice play by Tyrese Knight, and the defense has looked strong here in the first half. As Beverly gets another carry, and there's nothing there. Loss of 2 on the play. He'll go back to the sidelines, as Bird will flip this out to the screen, and Kendrick Cook has his first catch. It'll go for 8. We want him to be more involved in this offense this year as the number 2, as that's not going to help our cause. Penalties hurt us again, and we'll be backed up 5 yards. Bird working out of play action. He sets his feet and fires a strike to Metcalf. He's got a block, makes a move, and a massive play taking them inside the red zone. DK Metcalf is playing with a chip on his shoulder, looking to improve his numbers from last year. Here's Charbonnet. It's not gonna matter. More laundry is dropped onto the field. The culprit that time was Nate McDonald. Eagles dial up the blitz, and the play took too long to develop that time. And Bird's protection has been spotty to say the least. Playing against a team like this, things almost have to be perfect. And that throw is to no man's land. Jason Myers will come on. This is from 48. And he'll drill this right down the middle, so we at least take the lead. About as good of a result you could ask for. As Hurts will operate his 2-minute drill. He'll launch to the left side and connects with Devontae Smith again. This Eagles offense can be relentless, but more importantly is keeping the ball in front of us. As Knight can't make the tackle, and Shipley will show off his yak abilities. Minute 29 to go. Hurts going to the direction of A.J. Brown, but he was unable to haul in his first target. He'll line up in the slot on this play, and Hurts goes back to his safety net in Devontae Smith, and it's another big gain after the catch as he gets dropped at the 10. 5 catches for 67 yards. Hurts feels the pocket breaking down and will run, but there's not going to be much there. Seattle burns their second timeout hoping to get the ball back, and that will help with the incomplete pass. 3rd and 8, some confusion in the secondary. Hurts looking to take advantage, but he doesn't have time. Byron Murphy has number 1 of the season, and that is 5 sacks in the first half. You think we focused enough on the pass rush this offseason? However, 3 straight incompletions and the Eagles will get the ball back at their own 37. Heavy pressure again, and the quarter will end on another sack on Hurts. Amari Barno with sacks in back-to-back games. And being tied 10 apiece in a half against a top-tier team like this makes me feel good that we could possibly go toe-to-toe with them in the second half. We'll check on number 1 overall pick Tyler Stevenson with the Saints, currently down 17-0, and both our rookies are having a slow start to their games. This one we are currently in most likely will come down to who can win the trench battles. And we'll see if we could add more fuel to the pressure we've been putting on Hurts already. Eagles will get things going in the 3rd quarter, and they have a full house in the backfield. This different look they show will result in a run by Shipley, who bounces off Brockers, and cleaned up by Owe. We need the rookie to make that tackle because in some cases he could be the last line of defense. As Shipley maybe gets 1 on that run, it'll be 3rd down as Mekhi Becton will take a few plays off. Hurts will get his first pass attempt in the second half. And they buy him enough time to hit the open man. And he's running by everyone into Seattle territory. And it's Foster Moreau who gets by Cameron Tucker in coverage. Seahawks are dropping 7 on this snap. Hurts dancing and now steps up with tons of room to run. Picks up the first before being doubled up onto the ground. We did really well against the scramble against Jaden Daniels last game, but it's been a sloppy job of keeping him in the pocket there. And there he goes again, with eyes on the prize. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts does it by himself on back-to-back plays, and that is a concerning sight we just witnessed. This is something we wanted to clean up this past off season, and this was just bad awareness by our defense to not recognize the threat of Hurts taking off. And it costed us terribly as the Eagles strike first here in the 3rd quarter. Cal Bird with a chance to respond now. He'll zip it across to the right for McDonald, trying to fight through it, but will only get about 3 to start. McDonald now in his 2nd year with so much expectations for his growth going forward. Now Bird throwing parallel, and into the hands of Taylor, who accelerates to move the chains. Good placement by Bird with DeJean all over the receiver. Mixing it up with Cook taking it on the sweep, and a nice block by Beverly and a healthy gain of 8. Seattle getting some rhythm on this drive. Handoff to Beverly, and he's got enough for the first down. Run game obviously affected, but it's not something we want to avoid. as Beverly gets it on the dump off, breaks free of one tackle and dropped down for a gain of 7. That's really more of his game as a receiving back, as Metcalf has it on the screen and will corkscrew his way forward, which will be enough for first down yardage. Byrd now 13 of 24 with 146 yards passing, but this goes to Beverly up the middle for about 5. Charbonnet now in on 3rd down. He'll boot this one out right, setting his feet and delivers downfield, caught by Metcalf with 2 feet in bounds. And the offense continues to roll on this drive. Here's Beverly. Nothing there. Jordan Davis meets him at the line of scrimmage. Beverly stays on with 2 tight ends. Dropping back, and a quick hitter to the outside is connected with McLeod, and he's got a chunk to move us closer. 3rd and 2 with 2 backs now. It's an option play. Shovel pass, and the Eagles were all over it. Tried to pull a fast one, and it didn't work, and the Seahawks are just going to add points to the board to chip the lead. It's a conservative call, but we want to make sure we secure points against this team. Hurts and his offense will get this 4th quarter rolling. We got to do everything we can to keep him in the pocket. Good job there by the big 400-pounder Ben Silas, who dropped back as a spy. First time calling his name wearing the number 69. Another connection to Moreau, and this is going to be another massive gain. Of all the talent on their offense, he's been the one hurting us in the secondary today, as Brown secures this one for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 with a split back set. Hurts has time. Going for the end zone. Wide open for the touchdown. Devontae Smith. And the Eagles expand their lead. And what a route by Smith. There was only one place Hurts could hurt us, and he delivered it right over the middle. And the rookie safety Brockers just doesn't get deep enough to protect that zone. It's going to be a much taller hill to climb for Cal Byrd, but this is a good moment to see what he can do in these moments, as he uses his mobility to get the first, but he's popped and puts it on the ground. Eagles get on it, and that is the first career turnover for Cal Byrd, and it was the worst time to give it away. He's got to slide early, but his aggressive nature gives the Eagles full momentum to put a nail on the coffin. Eagles will have it at our 33. And a nice play by Owe to react quickly for a loss of 2 on that run. Eagles staying on the ground. This time he's got blockers. Now space. One man to beat, and he's tackled into the end zone for a touchdown. Will Shipley has his 2nd of the game. And this has gotten out of hand very quickly as the Eagles make it a 3-possession game. And this team is going to feed off every bit of energy from this hostile environment, as Byrd is crushed on the throw. Man, Jordan Davis has been a problem, and he just beats McCullough quickly off the line, and it feels like we have limited to no time back there. 3rd and 10. Eagles send 4 again, and it's a quick toss to McDonald, and he's going to get the 1st and more. About 6:40 to go. Byrd will drop back and deliver, and Cook couldn't hold on. It's just been that type of second half. We've been outmatched in terms of physicality, and Byrd has been taking a lot of shots today. It feels like at this point, I just want him to leave this game in one piece, as Byrd has no one downfield and takes another hit back there. 4th down. Pretty much an arm punt or getting 10 to move the sticks. Going for Cook downfield, and that's a dangerous ball to throw, and it gets knocked away by the defense. Cal Byrd also knocked down by Jalen Carter, but what else is new? Here's the Eagles taking over, and you gotta be kidding me. Will Shipley from his 36-yard line will walk in for his 3rd touchdown, untouched. I can't even believe that this was a 10-10 game at halftime. The starters will remain in the game, as this is caught over the middle by McDonald for a gain of 14. Seattle will pick up the pace to see if they can put together a respectable drive. Lofted to Taylor and dropped in the bucket. They caught DeJean on the fade again. 5:22 to go. Here's Byrd. To the end zone. Knocked away. Tried the home run ball intended for DK Metcalf. It's pretty apparent we aren't going to win this game, but it's important to see that we are still willing to play tough and fight through this adversity. Just like Charbonnet, who will grind his way for a first down. Bird from the pistol. It's to Beverly, and the run game has not figured out how to get by these brick walls. Charbonnet now the running back. It's a toss out to Metcalf, and the Eagles are not letting up. They have played tough through every snap today. 3rd and goal. Bird finally with time. And there's the touchdown. It's to Rick Taylor with his first career score, and it would be more of a celebration if it came at a more pivotal moment. The Eagles would run out the remaining clock, which we couldn't stop all game, and we can finally put this game behind us. As exciting as it was to shut out the Commanders last week, I think this gives us a taste of what it's like to face a championship caliber team who plays physical and tough through each snap. And that was a standard we were unable to uphold in this game. It was a rough outing for the guys on the offensive side of the ball, and a lot of success really came during garbage time after Will Shipley's 3rd touchdown. The defense took a big turn after the first half. I thought they played really well and came out of the gates hot, and they got to hurt 6 times, and in the second half a grand total of 0. I wouldn't call it a red flag, but from what I saw in the second half of this game, it's maybe a borderline yellow or orange. We couldn't stop the run and allowed big, untouched rushing touchdowns. The offense was probably more concerning for me because we were unable to establish the ground game, and our receivers had a difficult time creating separation from their routes. Cowbird had a very difficult time in the backfield today. What I've noticed is our interior line has struggled in the early parts of the season. Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen got to us last game, but this game, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis had their way with us. I also think McCullough, the rookie, really struggled today, and there should have been a moment for me to pull him out of the game for Anthony Bradford or LeMaya. While there are high expectations on guys we drafted this year, I think it's also important to make sure the guys we took last year develop properly as well. Cameron Tucker, already with a fumble this year, has become a standout player for the defense and could be the best player on that side of the ball when it's all said and done. Zach Ballard has been making strides to becoming a dominant run stopper. There's still more I'd like to see as a pass rusher, but for now, he's making impacts on the D-line. He didn't get much action today because he was hurt early on, but would be fine for the next game. Brandon Ballard has taken a step back. He'll be taking more of a special teams role. Kendrick Duhan has been excellent out of the slot in the last games, and I didn't even mention his name much against the Eagles because he's been shutting everyone down. The big ones I want to talk about, however, are the 1st round pick and 7th round pick of last year. Our interior line has been harassed pretty badly in the last couple of games, so I want to make a change. Demarius Golston will be switched back to left guard, which he was originally drafted to be, and Steven Gregory will be transitioned back to left tackle, which is what he was drafted as from Michigan. I felt protective of his play since he was a raw prospect, but I think he's headed towards the right trajectory to be our left tackle moving forward. I speak a lot about Nate McDonald and Kendrick Cook stepping up as weapons for the rookie Bird to rely on, and that is still to be determined. I've liked what I've seen from McDonald, but if Taylor keeps up his play like today, we may see Kendrick Cook's role deduced, but I would like for him to still be our number 2 for now. And we'll get a chance to face off against a receiver who's probably number 1 in the entire league in Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings. This is our 3rd straight road game to open up the season. They are coming off a loss where they nearly pulled off a 14-point comeback, but fell short by a field goal. This will also be the return of Ivan Pace making his debut for the Seattle Seahawks, and ironically, it's against his former team. Another score to check out is the Niners beating the Rams 23-17. Even though they won, Trey Lance has not played well. I'm thinking of making that Drake May trade to the Niners if they start the season 1-2, but you guys can let me know what draft capital the Niners should give up for him. I'm thinking a 3rd round pick for now. Next episode, we will look to extend someone on this list, maybe even 2 guys, so don't miss out on that. And we'll also talk about this upcoming draft class a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Multiple episodes a week will resume, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.